Hey guys, Dan here with Battlefield Curator. I got some surplus, all steel frame pistols here that I want to test out at the range. Now first up, I got this CZ75. I got this from Gander a long time ago when they used to sell guns. They don't sell guns anymore. They got bought out by Camping World and they kind of just liquidated all their guns and they are now focused more on camping stuff. Though when you go camping, you probably want a gun to protect yourself if you kind of run into something gnarly out in the woods. There's a squatch in them woods. But either way, CZ75, I saw it. I saw that it was dated 1991. I really had to get it as part of the collection. The CZ75 has gained such a great reputation over time. So many people love the pistol and all the different variants that come out of CZ. Now this one actually was made in Czechoslovakia, which is pre-Czech Republic. It's got a date on the slide of 1991. This is back when Czechoslovakia was kind of like a puppet state under the Soviet Union. Now, this is a very unique pistol in history too because, hey, the Czechs made a pistol that was in 9mm parabellum, whereas most other Comblock nations were adopting 7.62 Tokarev or 9x18 Makarov. Now, Czechoslovakia did have a pistol in 9x18 Makarov. That was the CZ82. Also, a great little pistol there. But the CZ75 has some awesome history tied to it that goes back to World War II. That's right, the Browning High Power, the HP-35, F.N. Herstal's HP-35 was designed pre-World War II. This pistol was John Browning's last design before he passed away. He wasn't even completed with it. It took another designer to finish it, and his name was Duronesev, also the designer of the FN-49 and the FN-FAL. Oh yeah, one more thing. Pulverize the like button, subscribe if you haven't, really helps out with the channel. Check out the merch site in the description or in the pinned comment. Thanks. Now this pistol was first designed in 1975 by Joseph and Franciszek Kauki. Essentially, when they were designing this pistol, they were keeping it a secret. It was a very secretive pistol design. It was meant for export use. Due to the Warsaw Pact, they were limited on how they could use and sell the pistol. But in 1985, they actually introduced it to the civilian populace, and it became a popular pistol for competition shooters in Czechoslovakia. What I like about it here is the slide sits inside of the frame, which actually helps a lot with recoil management. It shoots 9x19mm and has a 16-round magazine. It's definitely a well-known pistol in today's market. CZ now owns Colt. CZ has become very popular in the last decade or so. And there's so many modifications for the CZ75. There's so many different variants of the CZ75. And a lot of other companies have copied the CZ75. So that is where we get into the IMI, Israeli Military Industries Jericho 941. This one is a 941F. Now, just like the CZ75 I got, this one is in 9mm. It's got a 16-round magazine, but you might say that it looks nothing like a CZ75, but if you look a little closer, you'll see that the slide is also inside of the frame here, which also helps with recoil management and keeps that center line a lot lower. Now, these were introduced in 1990. The Israelis were looking for a duty pistol that was pretty hardcore, and why not look at the CZ75 and copy that? Well, what they did was they went to Tanfoglio, which was already making copies of the CZ75, and they got some of the parts to make their own version of a CZ75, or a modified variant of a CZ75. Essentially, there's quite a few differences between the Jericho 941 and a CZ75. We won't get into the details of that, but they took that design and they made their own pistol here. Now, a lot of the Jerichos were introduced into the civilian market in the States. They were imported. This one here is a surplus one, but The civilian type ones, they had all kinds of names. So a lot of people would refer this to a baby Desert Eagle or a baby eagle. This was also called a Desert Eagle because it has that look. It just has that the front of the slide and the frame there have that kind of curve. Well, they're not similar pistols, but they both are Israeli made. So I could see where, you know, trying to market these pistols as being a Desert Eagle or similar to one would make people think about getting one, you know. Now, one thing about the CZ75 and the Jericho is that the magazines are interchangeable, though it might not be 100% interchangeable. You can take the magazines from one and use them in the other. So if you got a few of these with different magazines, you probably want to test them out just to make sure that they all fit right. All right, so I was able to find this on Atlantic Firearms last year. I got it. I shot it a few times. It was a really awesome pistol to get. So my overall thoughts on both of these pistols, yeah, they're both heavy, but they're both pretty accurate, and they're like amazing to take to the range. Both reliable. I really enjoy shooting them. I really like how they feel in the hand. I have to say I do like the trigger pull a little bit better on the Jericho. Even though the Jericho is heavier, it still feels a little bit more balanced. If I remember correctly, the Jericho is a cheaper alternative to the CZ75. There are quite a few variants of the Jericho. It might not have a lot of different accessories or might not be as modifiable as a CZ75, but I'm just going to have to go and say that I do like the Jericho better than the CZ75 at the range here. Now, where do you get this from? Where can you get either of these pistols from? Well, I've been looking on and off on Atlantic Firearms, and I'll see it there. I'll see a lot of Jerichos. They have Jerichos now. I'll sometimes see CZ75s there. So go and check that website. Just go and Google and see what other surplus websites there are out there that might have these. Other than that, I'd say, you know, you could probably find some at your local shop. They might be harder to find. A lot of people would probably be hanging on to these as not only for collecting purposes, but probably for self-defense, because they might be a tried and true platform for home protection or self-defense. And granted, given the all-steel frame design, there's a lot of people that will like an all-steel frame design pistol over a polymer frame pistol. All right, well, with that being said, let me know your thoughts on these classic all-steel frame military surplus pistols. Do you have them? Do you have one? I've got both of them because I felt like they're both awesome pistols to have, and they're great to take out to the range. So let me know what you guys think. And as always, be sure to learn history and curate history. Make it a great day.